Whoa.
She's an icon. She's an icon herself. Come on, make her feel love in greater grace temple, the city.
Nothing but body positivity and self-love.
They say the show must go on, right? Sometimes, though, that's just not possible. Being an artist means trying to be as professional as possible while also trying to make great art. But anything can happen on stage, and occasionally there's no way to recover. Kanye West proved that to be true with his infamous 2009 "I'ma Let You Finish" moment where he stormed the stage during Taylor Swift's acceptance speech at the VMAs. Don't worry, we won't dig up that awkward moment again. There's been plenty of other cringe-tastic onstage moments. Let's get into it. Ariana Grande surprised us all at Coachella 2019 when she brought out her collaborator and good friend, Nicki Minaj. We were all dancing along until the music and the two girls singing suddenly didn't match up. Apparently their in-ear monitors weren't working and the echo at the festival made it impossible to stay with the music. The moment was so cringy because no matter what the two singers tried, they just couldn't get back on track. But that's not the first time things went wrong on stage at a music festival in 2019. Cardi B rocked the stage out on the farm at Bonnaroo 2019, but she actually had the whole crowd shook with her unfortunate wardrobe malfunction. The rapper wore a multicolored skin-tight bodysuit that just couldn't handle Cardi's dance moves and famous curves. The seam began to bust around her rear end and there was no saving it. It felt oh so embarrassing, especially when Cardi went off stage and returned wearing a white bathrobe instead. But hey, she kept going. At least Cardi B's wardrobe malfunction didn't injure her in any way. Speaking of painful wardrobe malfunctions, we have to refer back to 2015 when Madonna had one of the most agonizing wardrobe mishaps we can remember. At the 2015 Brit Awards, Madonna's cape basically attacked her when her dancers tried to rip it off in a dramatic fashion. It didn't come off, it went down the stairs, and it took Madonna with it. The worst part was that you could hear her slam to the ground thanks to her microphone, which just made it all sound more uncomfortable. But not as much as some of these shady comments may have hurt. Tiffany Haddish got a chance to turn her onstage moment with Kevin Hart into a bit of a roast at the 2018 VMAs. The awkwardness started when she mispronounced Camila Cabello's name twice.
Yankees. Anyways, Camila Cabello.
But she used that cringe-worthy tongue twister to segue into her calling out Fifth Harmony and rehashing some of the drama they've had with Camila. It felt a little bit uncomfortable since Camila was sitting, like, right there. But nothing is as uncomfortable as this next singer's interesting vocal choices. Potentially one of the most cringe-tastic and memeable moments of 2018. The NBA All-Star Game became Fergie's personal stage when she sang the national anthem in, her own style. Fergie took some serious vocal risks with her jazzy rendition, and very few people, including the players, could keep a straight face. Let's just say the whole song did not go over well. Fergie later apologized for her performance. It was that uncomfortable. She said, "I'm a risk taker artistically, but clearly this rendition didn't strike the intended tone." But there was another risk taken on stage that we want to talk about. The 2019 Oscars gave us an incredibly memorable and somewhat uncomfortable moment when Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga performed their song Shallow. It didn't have us all cringing because the performance was bad. Oh no, it's because it was so good, almost too good. This moment was so intimate between the two, in case you forgot they totally almost kissed, that we felt like they forgot we were all watching. But more importantly, they forgot that Bradley Cooper's longtime girlfriend, Irina Shayk, was watching. Bradley and Irina split up in 2019 shortly after, which makes looking back at this performance even more awkward to watch. But it's not nearly as awkward as this Coachella moment. Casey Musgraves had an appropriately timed golden hour performance at Coachella 2019 that was practically flawless. The one moment that felt super awkward though was when Casey tried to get the audience to participate. With her "when I say ye, you say ha" moment, things kind of got off track. The crowd maybe enjoyed it too much and just kind of kept saying ha when Casey didn't actually say ye. But it seemed like a bit of a slip up on Casey's part. It was a little cringy. But that's not the only Coachella moment that had us all squirming in our seats. Lizzo was giving us a nearly perfect performance at Coachella 2019 despite the fact that the audio just wasn't having it. During her song Worship, the audio cut out, then came back, then cut out again. It got messy.
I'm I'ma keep singing this.
Lizzo is such a good performer, and her backup dancers are too, that they just kept going without any sound. But it's always kind of awkward to watch anyone dancing to absolutely no music. Lizzo's face finally said it all at the end of her set when she performed Juice and the audio cut out. Again. Thankfully, Lizzo took the moment as only Lizzo can, with total positivity. She said, "It's my first time playing Coachella, so ain't nothing gonna F my time up." Lizzo may have taken the cringe moment a lot better than this next artist, though. Billie Eilish got to do her first Coachella performance in 2019 too, but it may have come a little too soon for the young artist. Her album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, had come out March 29th, 2019, and her show at Coachella was in April. So it's somewhat reasonable to see how she totally forgot the words to one of her songs. She didn't even try to hide it and sang gibberish for a minute, then said, It took a while for the singer to get back into the rhythm of this song, leaving us all with this cringe-worthy fail. Poor Billie, that was super awkward. At least she was singing into the microphone though, which was a bit of a problem for this next star. Ariana Grande had a hilarious fail moment on her Sweetener World Tour in 2019. She and her backup dancers came up from under the stage for her final number, Thank You Next. But there was a bit of a problem. Ariana's mic was nowhere to be found. She turned around to an empty mic stand and seemed just as confused as the rest of us. The song started and no Ariana vocals came with it. It took them a while to get Ari a mic to sing into, but at least we could hear that she's not singing to a track. Thankfully, she ended this performance gracefully, but not every artist is so flawless. Okay, we're going to bring up the song Shallow again, but don't act like you're sick of it yet. At the 2019 Grammys, we got to see Lady Gaga perform Shallow without Bradley Cooper, and she truly did it in classic Gaga style. First of all, let's make sure we're clear. Lady Gaga is a legend, and her vocals were absolutely flawless. However, some were put off by her intense choreography during what is sort of more of a ballad. There was a lot of headbanging and kicking to silence, but it was how Gaga chose to end the song that was weird. Bent over like a rock star, Gaga held a pose for what felt like forever and stared through the camera and into our souls for like 10 seconds. Gaga, what do you want from us? But the 2019 Grammys brought us another cringe moment we want to talk about. When accepting his Grammy for Best Rap Song for God's Plan, Drake got on stage and had some words to say. While he took the award and said thank you, his speech quickly turned into a moment where he downplayed the importance of the awards. Soon after he low-key shaded the historic awards, his mic was cut off mid-speech, and then there was a commercial break. Yikes. This moment felt especially awkward because his speech was actually pretty memorable and inspiring, so a lot of people found it cringy that the Grammys cut him off at all. But it's not nearly as cringe as this next speech. Madonna gave a tribute to Aretha Franklin during the 2018 MTV VMAs, but many fans were unhappy with MTV's choice of person giving the tribute as well as the content of her speech. Basically, Madonna somehow made the tribute to Aretha all about herself. Despite Madonna claiming Aretha Franklin changed my life, there were few references to the Queen of Soul in Madonna's speech. In fact, the speech sounded like a crazy memoir of Madonna's early life as an aspiring artist. Pretty much everyone in the audience and at home watching were cringing. That's not the only awkward moment that took away from our beloved Aretha Franklin's moment. At the funeral for the late singer, Ariana Grande gave a stunning performance of Natural Woman to pay tribute to Aretha Franklin. But what followed her performance was not only awkward, it was downright inappropriate. Bishop Charles H. Ellis III, who officiated the funeral, brought Ari to the podium where he cracked a joke about her name sounding like a Taco Bell menu item. Awkward. So awkward. But what pushed this moment over the edge was when the bishop held Ariana well above her waist and made the singer visibly uncomfortable. Her body language said, "Get away," he wasn't changing his hand placement, and the inappropriate grip made everyone cringe. Especially because this moment was supposed to be all about Aretha Franklin. PSA. Don't touch anyone without their permission, and definitely don't touch people inappropriately, especially not at a nationally televised funeral. This next moment is also pretty cringy and was televised too. At the 2018 Golden Globe Awards, James Franco rightfully won the award for Best Actor in a Comedy. But Tommy Wiseau, ever the spotlight-hungry guy, wanted to have his moment before the crowd too. As Franco spoke, Wiseau kept battling for screen time, reaching for the microphone to say his piece. James Franco kept pushing Tommy Wiseau away, making for a surprising and shocking speech. This super awkward acceptance speech left everyone cringing and wishing Wiseau had gotten just a few seconds to speak. After all, he'd waited his whole life to stand on an award stage. Some people have gotten plenty of stage time in their life, but still managed to have some of the most awkward moments ever. Like the time Mariah Carey totally botched her New Year's Eve performance in 2016. While the problem with this one was reportedly due to technical difficulties, Mariah had a really hard time running with this one. She quit dancing, made her backup dancers basically phone it in, and told the audience to finish the lyrics for her. There was even a definite lip-syncing fail moment too, where we could hear that Mariah had tracks for some of her famously high notes. The singer left the stage after saying, "It is what it is," as confetti fell. #awkward. Is anyone else cringing? Let us know which one of these awkward onstage moments is your favorite, or, well, least favorite. Sound off in the comments below if we missed any. While you're there, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel too. Thanks for stopping by, The Taco.